And
Hi, Sarah.
hi,
Open up
Craig.
ship, Craig. So glad to have you here today. And yes, this is an amazing song. Welcome to my house.
Yes, welcome to my house.
We'll play some more music here in a minute.
Nice.
Anyway, this is Craig with RAM, Real Estate and Mortgage Podcast, also with Barrett Financial Group. My goal always is to teach, inspire, and excite people about real estate and mortgage. Sarah, I met at well, actually not even an open house. At an open house that I was at that she was wanting to show a property to. And honestly, we just kind of started talking to each other and we just kind of became friends. And I love her story and I love who she is. Even the sliding down the mountain on a sled in the middle of winter to going up to the Y or the G or wherever you're going at whatever time when you're doing all your hikes.
Yes.
Sarah's very active. She's an amazing real estate agent. But today, specifically, we've got some fun stuff about a courageous, crazy story that she
Yes.
did in St. Louis.
Yes.
Before we jump into that, though, Sarah, I want you just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am a mom of five beautiful children, and I'm a nana also to two. I have lived in Utah for since I was 17 years old. I moved out here my senior year and lived in Utah Valley since. I currently live in Cedar Hills. Like you said, I'm really active. I love to hike almost daily. I love yoga. I love anything outdoors. So I do stay super physically active, but my passion is homes. Anything about homes. I've done house flipping. I've done real estate investing. I'm a realtor at KWS Field, and I love my job. Um, when I was a little girl, I'm grew up in a huge family, a family of 13. And so we
Wow.
would literally have to sit laps in our orange Pinto. And so luckily, because I'm the seventh of, I'm number seven. So I
13?
was usually one of the little
So,
ones.
so you're the middle child of 13. You're either way.
Yeah. Well, there's 11 kids, 13 in my family.
I
So
got
11
you. I
kids.
got you.
So I'm number seven of 11. And so I would be sitting, we would literally sit laps. And so I was high enough to where I could see. And I always remember just looking at homes. That was my thing. Like, I just loved looking at homes. And as I, got my license, one of my favorite pastimes was to drive around and look at homes, especially the new builds.
Well,
And
and you
so
have the license now where you can just unlock and go right in.
yeah, so that's just a little bit about me. Homes have always just been in my blood, literally, and I love every aspect of homes. I love old homes so that I can flip them. I love the new builds. I love and I'm learning so much and I'm still learning, but I do love my job. I love my
Well,
career.
it sounds like you're extremely passionate about the homes. You're extremely
Yes.
passionate about showing people. I mean, and honestly, I've seen a bunch of your reels, a bunch of your TikTok stuff that where you're actually out going through these homes and showing these homes, which is incredible. And,
Yeah.
we have to do that, right?
Yes.
But you took a major step, and I'm going to let you tell the story, but I believe you bought three houses in St. Louis,
Yes.
which I don't think you spend a ton of money on, but
Right.
I mean that just sounds to me, I'm like, okay, I'm looking around Utah, there's plenty of houses here to buy. Why would I buy in St. Louis? And with that, tell us your story because you've told me a lot of it, not all of it, but you told me a lot of it. Tell me your story. How did you
Okay.
find him? Why did you do this?
Okay, yeah. So a couple years ago, it was actually 2 years ago in January, I went to this Wealth Con. It's a convention for real estate investors and realtors and just people who want to learn how to invest in real estate. Ryan Pineda is the one who puts it on. It's a couple
Gotcha.
times a year. So I went to that and I was like, you know what? I learned from these top real estate, professionals, and we kind of honed in on the top markets in America. And one of those top
And
markets to
and when you're
invest.
saying top markets, you're meaning top markets to invest in so that your
Yes,
return on your investment is substantial.
exactly. Yes. So one of the top markets in America for cash flow is St. Louis,
Hmm.
and still that's the case. So if you want a cash flow, that's one of the best markets. So I took everything I learned and I started looking into St. Louis, and then I decided, why don't I just buy these on auction?
So did you
So
reach out to any agents out there to help you look, or did you just go to an auction website?
nope, I just went on to auction.com. It's like eBay but for homes. And they have a reserve that is, has to be met in order for you to win the bid. And this is worldwide. You can buy homes on auction.com, um, anywhere you want. So because I knew St. Louis was my market, I just started looking for homes on auction.com. I lost a few in the auction, like I
Did you
got outbid.
ever check out the neighborhood, or did you ever jump on Google Earth and drive down the street? Did you ever do any of that? Because I know there's some other things that you're going to tell us here.
Yes, I did. And I even, this was back before I started using ChatGPT,
Okay.
but I went on to Google and I was like, what are you, what is this neighborhood like? And it's like, well, it's not the best neighborhood. There's a lot of crime. It's not the worst neighborhood in St. Louis, but it's one of the high crime neighborhoods. And I'm like, okay, this is fine because I'm going to be using it as an investment. I won't live
Right.
there ever, and I
Right.
won't go there very often. So I thought this is fine. This is why I chose this market. So yes, it was very much a bad neighborhood, and I knew that. All three of my homes were in bad neighborhoods.
So you went on auction.com, you hit
Mm,
the reserve, you wanted these three specific houses, you missed out on a few, but there are three houses that you nailed.
yes, yes. And the
And
first
and
one,
and sorry to cut you up, but as soon as you won the bid, how soon did you need to give them the money?
uh, it's I believe 24 hours
Okay.
from.
Some kind of a cashier's check or wire the money within 24 hours. You're the brand new owner of three homes in St.
Yes.
Louis on a really sketchy street.
Yes. Okay, keep in mind I didn't buy these three homes in the same day on the
Oh,
same day.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so the first one I bought 2 years ago, and it was a year later where I bought two on the same day.
Oh, gotcha. I thought they were all three together.
Yeah. So yeah, the two were together on the same day. I won them on the same day, and that's kind of an interesting story because I had the one, and we can get into that backstory. But the first one I bought was on Google Earth. It looked like an older lady like was living there. You can just kind of tell, right?
Right.
And there were beautiful rose bushes out front, and it just looked like a little old lady had lost her home. And
Mm.
it wasn't sitting well with me. So after a few months, I mean, I didn't jump on it right away just because I was so busy with work. um, I finally contacted somebody. I got some information. I got a contact number for the owner, and it was a gentleman who answered the phone, and he said yes, his mom had lost the home to auction. She couldn't pay for it, and I felt horrible.
Yeah.
And I felt absolutely horrible. And I said, you know what? Why don't you guys try and buy the home back from me for what I paid for? And if you guys can, you know, come together as a family, I will most certainly let you buy this home back. He said his granddad built the home
Oh,
with his
wow.
bare hands. He
Tugging
said
on
it
the
was a,
heartstrings now.
yeah, so he was really getting me. Um, so that went on for about 8 months.
Did they end up buying
And
it back?
They did not. He just
Ah,
kept asking for another month, and he was so close, and he just needed another month. And then something inside me went, I'm being completely duped.
yeah. Yeah.
And
Getting taken advantage of.
started running some criminal records, and he had a very, very extensive criminal record and
Ah,
current stuff all the way back to He was a gentleman in his 50s, and so ever since he was a teenager, he was getting into trouble, and he was still getting into trouble as a man. So that,
Maybe that's one of the reasons why mom lost the house.
yes, exactly. And come to find out, this gentleman, who was the son of the owner, was subleasing the home.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So the guy that you're talking to saying, just give me a little bit more time is
yes,
subleasing.
yes. Subletting, subleasing.
And meanwhile, you're not getting any money out of it.
No, and I'm just like, you know what? And he was pulling at my heartstrings on purpose. Like he purposely was trying to manipulate me. And yeah, he was there was a contract in place and it was legal because we ended up going to court to start the eviction process, and uh that lease um held up in court, and the people that were that he was subleasing the home to are now my tenants.
Really?
Yes.
But at least you got it finalized and you got him
Yes.
out of the way, and the people that were
Yes.
actually renting the house are now sending you the money,
Yes.
and it's cash flowing.
It's cash flowing nicely,
That's good.
and I knew it would. It was a very nice home to begin with, and this little old lady took very good care of it. And he thought he could just get in there and get someone in place, and he did. He was collecting rent for about 9 months while I was trying to let them buy the family home
Oh,
back.
wow. Lesson learned on that, right? So, lesson number
Yes.
one.
But yeah, there's a whole different breed of people out there in St. Louis. Um,
So tell me
yeah,
about the two other houses you bought about a year later, because those are the ones that I was familiar with. I didn't realize the other one was a year before, because
yeah.
I've watched some of your videos and talked with you about the current situation. Now, currently, you still have both houses, or did you unload one and you're
Yeah.
working on the other?
Yeah, so my son and my youngest son, William, and I went back to St. Louis a few months ago. And that was discovery time. I had never seen my homes. Um, so,
Had you ever been to the other one though?
okay, no, I had never seen any of my homes. I
So
have
this
three
trip you
homes.
got to see all three of them.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, so then these two homes I bought a year after my first. So I bought those ones this past year in March. Um, March 14th, I closed on both of those homes. So, yeah, and then I had gone out a few months ago with my son to see the homes for the first time. And like the one that's been cash flowing for close to a year now, about a year, I saw that one, met the tenants, and the home looks great. Everything's great. The home is in great shape. And so that one was good. And then I went to my favorite home. I call it Lotus because it was on Lotus Avenue. It was the most beautiful home on the outside. And we went inside, and a squatter had been living there.
Oh no.
And I have property
Pretty
managers.
pretty typical though, right? That you're probably going to
Yes.
have somebody maybe trying to squat in the house.
Yes. And from what I learned, that this home had been vacant for quite a few years, and the electricity, everything had been shut off for a few years. And so a squatter had gotten in there and had brought in a giant pit bull, and
Oh
that
wow.
home was destroyed. If you can imagine, there was no plumbing or electricity, so they had a 5 gallon bucket
Oh.
they were using as a toilet, and there was dog feces or everywhere, and everything was chewed up, and it was to the point where the carpet was chewed down to the bare floor from the dog.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And this home was so bad on the inside, I didn't even take one picture when I toured it for the first time with my son, and I actually have a realtor now out there and her husband. So the four of us toured this Lotus home, and I said, get rid of it right now.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of it. Just
Let's
sell
just
it.
turn and burn this, huh?
Yep. So she had it listed a few days later, and in 24 hours, she had a cash buyer, and we
Really?
closed. Yeah. And we closed like within 14 days.
And you made your money back on that one.
No, I actually lost a few thousand on that one. I
Gotcha.
lost 6,000.
Hmm.
Yep. I did not. I was
Darn
sad
pit
about that.
bulls.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one, I not only did not, cash flow, but I lost 6 grand. It's a capital loss, but lesson learned on that one. And then we went over to Hiller, and Hiller is on Hiller Place. That's the street. And we get there, my son and I, and we're meeting a guy to give us a bid on a rehab, a remodel, because I knew that one needed a little bit of work. Um, so we get out there, and this was me seeing it for the first time, and him seeing it, everyone's seeing it for the first time. And we go inside, and I'm like, okay, this is a lot of work, but it did have great, it had a brand new roof.
It had great bones. Location, location, location.
Location wasn't great, but I did have a next door neighbor who happened to be the city inspector,
Oh,
Titus.
wow. Wow.
He
And I know you're
was,
still in contact with him, are you not? Yeah.
yes, he's been a game changer for me. Having the boots on the ground has been huge for me. So I have my realtor, her husband out there, and I've got Titus next door, and then I also have a few others that I become friends with. And so it's been a huge, and then obviously my property managers are a big Key Renters St. Charles is my team out there. So
Right.
that's been huge for me. But that Hiller place was amazing. We did the walkthrough, and from the backstory from my next door neighbor Titus, he said that what happened was the gentleman, his name was Michael. He bought that home when he was younger. He was able to buy that home when he was young. He actually paid it off because I got all the paperwork from his filing cabinet. He paid it off within like 5 years, and then he got married.
Wow.
And when he got married, she moved into that house, his wife, but there was nothing ever. She was never. Her name was never on the home, and so when
Never
he
put her
had,
on title. He married her or he already had the home before he married her. It's not a marital
exactly,
property.
so he had an all of us, just out of nowhere, he had a heart attack and passed away. And then the home went into probate, and then it was auctioned off where I bought it on,
Wow.
auction.com. So she had to leave, and it was really sad to hear that backstory. So there were really cool things in the home that I was able to keep, and I got all of his paperwork, and he's a really amazing man that did some great things, and he served our country, and he was a super smart guy. And the house got beat up, and it looked like maybe he was in financially strapped,
Hmm.
and couldn't take care of some things, but yeah, it's a good home, and it's currently being remodeled right now.
So I knew I saw your Instagram reel or whatever it was where you kind of went through and kind of went through a bunch of that stuff and showed some of the things.
Mhm.
Has the deceased widow, the ex-wife, whatever she is, has she ever tried to reach out or talk to you or anything? Or
She hasn't, but while my son and I were out there, we spent like 3 days cleaning up the home.
I can
And
only imagine. I
it
can
was
only imagine how it was, especially
it
with
was
the other one with the pit bull. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't as bad as that one, but there was just personal property everywhere. Like someone just left. There wasn't hardly
did,
any furniture, but
did they
just
not want
personal.
their stuff?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
I
photo
learned.
albums, all kinds of
Yes,
stuff.
yes, there were photo albums. There were pictures of their kids and family, and people just up and leave in St. Louis, and they kind of just leave their stuff.
Wow.
I've it happens a lot from what I've found out. Um, but so I did find, badges of a woman, and I wonder if she's the woman who lived here, and come to find out it was. That was
Mm,
and so she had moved out right when the home was sold on auction. Officially,
gotcha.
that's when she had to leave back in March. So that was the last she was in the home. And then Titus has just kept a good eye on the home, making sure there weren't any intruders, and there weren't. There was nothing taken from the home. I wish things were taken from the home. It'd have been, our job would have been a lot easier. But there were really cool things in there, like old VHSs and like VCRs and TVs, stuff that it was like walking into the 1980s.
Really?
Yeah, there was
Which I know
nothing.
you would enjoy, and I enjoyed as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're
it's
80s
probably a fun
babies.
time.
Yeah, it was a good time. And my son and I were just kind of freaking out because there
Now,
was
was
just
this your
little stuff.
youngest you took with you?
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in fact, I currently have something right here on my desk that I've saved. I literally keep it. This isn't staged. This is literally.
This isn't staged.
I'm like, actually, I have quite a few things in my office that I've kept, but this right here, can you see this?
It says 25. There's SS 25, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's a little tag that I found in the house, and I did a lot of research, and ChatGPT said it could be a little tag from like back in the olden days. They had these for lockers, and they
Oh,
also,
interesting.
yeah, had these for like if they, you know, for tools or things that they had, but it was like their little,
So is that your lucky charm now?
yeah, so now it's my little lucky charm. And I keep it with
So,
this little heart rock that my son
oh, that's cool.
got me when he was a little boy.
So I guess the question on the 25 little medallion thing, is that what you use when you mark your ball when you're golfing since you live by a golf course?
That would make a really good golf ball marker.
It sure would, and it's
Oh
got a
my
story
gosh, I didn't
behind
even
it.
think of that.
And
I
it's
need
got
to
a
take
story
that.
behind it.
Yeah, I need to put that in my golf bag.
So let me
Um,
ask you this. On this home itself, you can give me ballpark, but when
okay.
you bought it, I've got to assume it was probably 40, $50,000.
Yep.
And renovation wise, I 20, 30, $40,000.
We're actually able to do the reno for 15,000.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you bought it for 40 or 50, you got 15,000 in reno. It's currently being renovated.
Yep.
Are you going to keep it and rent it because it's good cash flow, or are you going to turn it and burn it?
We're gonna sell it.
You're gonna sell it.
Yeah.
What do you anticipate? Obviously, you're talking with the realtor out there and so on and so
Yeah.
forth, but what do you think the actual what are you gonna list it for?
I'll be able to 3x my investment
Oh,
on that one.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you lost a little bit of money on one.
Yep.
Let's just call that
Yep.
the pit bull house. You've got one that you actually have out in St. Louis that's cash flowing great, and you've met the client, the tenants, and they're great, and you're
Yeah.
cash flowing with that. And then this
Yes.
one, yes, it's taken obviously some months. It was March when you bought it. We're in December now, almost a new year, almost a year.
Yeah.
9 months later. When do you think it'll be done?
He is okay. Now this is kind of ironic because originally when I got the bid, the guy took off with my money and
Oh
I
yeah,
paid him
that's
up.
right.
So I have lost money on this one. Um, he gave me a really good story. We signed a contract, and I do need to take legal action if I want to get any money back. I just haven't even gone down that path because I'm so busy with work and my kids and um my life that I'm like I have to go to court with this guy and I don't
Wow.
want to. But okay, so now we've shifted gears to my realtor's husband Brandon is doing the remodel,
Gotcha.
and he's got a lot of experience, and so he said he'll be done like the second week in January.
So we're coming up on that real close here. I mean,
Yeah.
not quite a year. You're gonna 3x it. Yes, you've lost some money for the rehab that you gave the guy, but it sounds to me like you still might make 2x of what you actually bought the house for.
Yeah, probably 2.5x. Hmm.
And here's the biggest thing. You cannot buy the education that you just got.
Right. There's no way I would have ever learned this any other way. I know so much about squatters. I have a ring camera. I have a ring camera on the home that's being remodeled. I call it Michael's home. Michael's home is being remodeled, and I have ring cameras on the front and the back. And so I get those alerts from Ring. You know how Ring will give you neighborhood
Oh yeah,
alerts? And
absolutely.
it's like on a daily basis, it's like, did you guys hear those 5 gunshots?
Oh jeez.
And then the next day is like, I'm pretty sure those were gunshots. And the next day, they're like, okay, that was 20 gunshots like fired. Is everyone okay? So it's very different. Here in Cedar Hills, I get ring alerts like, "Did you guys see that beautiful sunset tonight?"
Yeah, yeah.
Or,
Well,
you know,
I'm not gonna lie. I live in North Salt Lake, but on my Ring camera, it's pretty close to Rose Park. So
oh,
those things that you're talking about, I
yeah,
always have stuff pop up on my Ring app and say, "Were those gunshots?"
yeah,
I do hear and see those things, and you wouldn't think that necessarily in Utah, but you know what? We're not immune to it.
yeah,
And it is an up and coming area with a lot of revitalization. But you know
yeah,
what? I'm glad that you're okay because I know you were a little scared when you were out there.
yes.
I think you had a good experience. You've learned a ton. Let me ask you a couple of questions. What what do you want people to know about this situation? Yes, you can go to all these seminars and they can teach all these things and go, 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 go. You're never going to make money unless you take the risk.
Mhm.
What would you tell people? Sarah, your twin is coming to you saying, "What should I do?" What are you going to teach them? What are you going to tell them?
I would have to say, I think I was right to invest in this market for cash flow. I think St. Louis is a great cash flowing area. However, I think it's important that you get your people in place before you actually buy the home.
Mm,
So you get in contact with a very good property manager. I recommend Key Renters St. Charles. They're the best. And if you look them up, they have the best rating. And I wanted the best because I cannot be there.
yeah, you can't.
Um, get people in place. Get a realtor. Like, get a realtor.
Coming from
Um,
a realtor saying, "I need
yes.
a realtor." I love that because don't try to represent yourself. I mean, goodness,
No,
ever.
I learned a lot of hard lessons and I had a lot of sleepless nights and there were things that I just didn't need. I didn't need that stress.
Yeah.
So if you can get people a team in place, get your boots on the ground. I did it backwards. I bought the home first and I'm like, "Oh, I can do this remotely." And I could not. I got so duped. And I believed. That's my biggest weakness and strength is that I believe people. And there's a
Trust
lot of
but
people.
verify.
Yeah, yeah. And as realtors, we have a good app that we can use to make sure people aren't criminals that we're working with.
Yes.
And I didn't do that right off the bat. It's called
Really?
Forewarn.
Yeah.
So there's an app called Forewarn for realtors and use it or any other app out there and just find out that the people that you're working with aren't criminals. And there's a lot of criminals in St. Louis.
That forewarning, it's just you basically put their telephone number in and
Yeah.
all their stuff will pop up.
Yeah, it was extensive. It was like over 60 criminal
Oh
charges.
wow, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Felonies, all different felony charges. It was crazy. That guy I
That
was dealing with.
so here's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
When are you going to buy a few more homes in St. Louis?
Yeah. I now that I've got kind of the system in place, because it's all about systems and your people, now it's just yeah, when I find a really good deal again.
When you
I won't be
find the
using
deal.
auction.com.
No?
I will be using my realtor. We have a
That's
really good
awesome.
relationship and I trust her. I trust her husband and we're like a good team. She's a Keller Williams. She's Keller Williams, St. Louis.
Well,
So
so then that brings up the question. If someone sees this podcast, someone sees this episode, and they want to invest, I know you as a realtor, you can actually refer this to an agent over there and get a referral fee on it, which obviously we're all in this to actually make a little bit of money occasionally.
yes,
Should we not just have them reach out to you and you actually kind of do a
right.
little legwork with them and then refer it to
Yeah.
that agent and help
Yes.
them?
Yes.
Specifically, people right here in Utah that want to actually have the same experience or a little bit
Yes.
more, a little better experience because you've already been through all the pitfalls.
Exactly. Yes. If you anybody watching this right now, if you have any questions about St. Louis or investing out there, I'm your girl. I know everything not to do, and I know everything to do now. So yeah, if you have any questions, I really do think it's a great market for cash flow. If you do your your due diligence with the neighborhood, the home itself, I wouldn't buy it on auction.com, not in St. Louis. You need a realtor to actually go into the home and inspect it,
Boots on the
and
ground.
boots on the ground. Yep. And then just I'm here to answer any questions you might have. I've been through a lot. There's a lot of stuff I haven't even talked about that I've experienced that I'm like, wow, that was wild. My son and I, um, I will say this, when we went out to these homes, especially Michael's home that we spent 3 days cleaning out, we went in the house and we locked the doors and we closed the blinds and we did not go outside once. It
Wow.
was just too, it's just not safe. And we stood out like a sore thumb. I even purposely rented the worst car I could rent, which was like a Toyota Corolla, and still it was the nicest one in the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh. So you
You should see the way I
uh,
dressed. It was like
that
I purposely dressed super ugly, hair in a bun, no makeup, like black, like
you,
I just looked like the stuff I
you're
would wear for like PJs, like my black joggers, my
you're
t-shirt.
cracking me up here. You're cracking me up here. But I mean, I think anybody that watches this will see the visual of what you're talking about. And
Yeah,
look, there are areas like that, but this area specifically is a great cash flow area, and there's a lot
yeah,
of opportunities. And I think people like you that want to actually jump in and help revitalize some of those areas are doing a huge service
yes,
for future people.
yes. And it's cleaning up the neighborhood,
Yeah, clean up the
you know.
neighborhood. Clean up the neighborhood. Some of the bad stuff might go away. So that's
Yeah,
not necessarily a bad thing. So
yeah.
I know you're a single woman. You've got your kids and everything like that. What specifically would you like to say to single women or single parents or however you want to say it?
Yeah, I love that question. I would say just lock in. Lock in. Whatever your passion is, you know it. You know what you love to do. Lock in on that passion and just go hard. As a single person myself, if you can become obsessed about your passion, you will make money.
That's awesome.
And you're going to have to work really hard at first, and you're going to have to set aside some things. Maybe, there's a lot of singles groups going on. I don't do any of that. I
Right.
just lock in. I have a lot of kids and I have a lot of clients. And so I just spend my time doing my passion. And so, yeah, just get locked in, I would
You're
say.
doing the things that you want to do that you're passionate about. And oh, by the way, if anybody ever wants to go hiking, she's your gal.
I'm your girl. I think I know just about every hiking trail in Utah.
I think I've seen more sunsets from on top of the wire, the G, than anybody I've ever known.
Yes,
Well, that's
yes,
awesome. Well, Sarah, I do appreciate you jumping on here and sharing some of that knowledge and wisdom with us. How
yes.
does someone reach you if they want to reach you?
I'm on social media, Sarah Heiner. You can Google me, Google Sarah Marie Heiner, Sarah Heiner, Utah Realtor. You'll find all my contact information there. You can
Awesome.
look me up on ChatGPT. It has all my contact information. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, pretty much
She's
everywhere.
everywhere.
LinkedIn. Yeah, I would just you can
And
find me
now
there.
she's on a YouTube video of real estate and mortgage. She's
Yes,
everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
Sarah, I do appreciate you and thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Craig.
No problem. So hopefully we can
Yeah,
get some people to give you a shout out, and maybe you can teach them some of the information that you have. This is
I would
Craig
love
Steele
that.
with Ram Real Estate and Mortgage, Beyond the Bank, and hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, subscribe. Ask your friends to subscribe. Sharing is caring, as always.
Yes.